Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Dan Dawson Show. So let's talk about something. We're going to talk about Kyle Rittenhouse, Ahmed Arbery. They're pretty much the same case. Two people being chased down by three other people, or in Kyle's case, a mob of people. In this case, three people who had a vehicle, or in Ahmed Arbery's case, three people who had a vehicle who cut him off, uh, denied his escape. There's no place in the country, I'm sorry, where you can chase somebody down the street, murder them, and then get off. It doesn't happen. But here's what's happening in the Ahmed Arbery case. And I want to say something else about the Kyle Rittenhouse case and how liberals are reacting to it. So I'm watching the trial live. The defense for all three people have just put in a motion for mistrial based on overly emotional race baiters showing up and interfering in the trial. They named them specifically, Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, and they're bringing all these race baiting, pro-hate groups in. You just gave the defense a way out. What are you doing? Why would you do that? Because they don't really care. You see, they see this as an opportunity for them to make money, for them to have their names out there. They don't care about that family. If they cared about that family, they would have stayed away. Now, also notice how liberals look on your Facebook scrolls. Look at your liberal friends. They're more intent on convicting Kyle Rittenhouse than to make sure alleged racists in the Ahmed Arbery case actually get convicted. Because they're just in it for themselves. It's really ridiculous. I'm seeing this, and I always saw it up in Washington when I was still there. Thank God I left that shithole place. And the worst part is, it's a liberal shithole. And the only reason it's a liberal shithole is because the liberals are concentrated in cities, and you find fine folks out in the rural area, Yelm, Spokane, places like that. Fine folks, right? Good people. But Seattle, Tacoma, Olympia, no, you just find liberal assholes. But they're so focused on that. I just had this argument on Facebook, one of my dear liberal friends, right? And all they're focused on is convicting Rittenhouse because they see him as a Trump supporter. Never mind that the kid was under attack and did what he had to do. Now imagine in the Ahmed Arbery case, if he had been armed and could have protected himself. Well, hell, we'd be looking at a whole different case now, wouldn't we? But nope, it's not what they want to see. See, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, because I have not seen not one of my liberal friends, and don't do it after I post this video, because it's too late now. Post anything. Well, there's one. Me and him talk a lot. Me and him talk a lot. And he's not as liberal as you would think he is. Not one of them, except for the one, post anything about the Ahmed Arbery case, where he was clearly stalked and killed. But nope. They just want to focus on the Kyle Rittenhouse because he's a Trump supporter. Hell, look at liberal media now. It doesn't matter how black you are. It doesn't matter if you're like Larry Elder and you grew up in the ghetto. They'll still call you a white supremacist if you're conservative. Think about how crazy that is. It's a cult. They're driven by their own agenda. And they move to places like Austin and Houston, destroy those cities, and move on like locusts. Hell, I told you in the short, I have one friend that's moving from Tacoma, Washington to Georgia, but she's still pushing the liberal narrative. If it's so great there and you've made this utopia, why don't you stay there? Why? It's because it's hell on wheels. These people are silly, They're ridiculous. Quite honestly, quite honestly, they should just stay where they are. I'm gonna have to make a cover song, the Lyle Lovett song. So you're not from Texas. Only I'm gonna have to put in there. Texas doesn't want you. Stay where you are. But look, they don't care that a black man was chased down by 3 white men. They're not mentioning anything about it. And the race baiters, look, they show up to keep their name in the news, to get more funding, to get more donations, to make more money. And you could have just ruined a trial that would have saw 3 racists, 3 alleged racists, held accountable for the murder of a black man. But you don't care. As long as your name's out there, as long as you can make money. And the liberal followers, they don't care. They really honestly don't care about you. If they did, they'd be protesting in Chicago. You see posts about, hey, why are so many black people dying in Chicago? Because they really don't care. They just want to feel good and get their names out there. Really ridiculous. Alrighty, so just wanted to put this out there. Thank you for watching this episode of The Dan Dawson Show. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, do what you gotta do.